this is Super Monday Jam. Welcome. This is our weekly arrangement show where we take tunes, games suggested by you, and try and turn them into music somehow. What are we doing this week?
We're working on the music from Cave Story.
And definitely not that other thing. It's definitely Cave Story.
I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just making things up. But in case you didn't know, you can go to theconsouls.com/smj request. Request a game every week. Every show we pick a game suggested by you, and then in the comments of the archive you can leave your suggestions for next week's game. Like, I've got this written down here, like Brandon Duncan and Court of Crows did with Moonsong. Icy Fresh Root Beer did with Onto Grasstown, and Smart and Special did with the main theme.
Yeah.
So yeah, we arrange things live. Tim's out sick today, so it's just the two of us.
Another thing we should mention is that this content will be, you're helping us in create our next album.
Yes.
Which is something we announced a couple of weeks ago.
Yes. So everyone will pick one tune every week, and then at the end of the season, we're going to sit down with the band and we're going to record it with the whole band and do an album, and it'll be great.
Have you guys made your own original music before?
Stay tuned.
Yeah.
Keep an eye on social media. We got something to announce about that very soon.
Cool.
But in the meantime, so today we're doing the music of Cave Story, which, I don't know, when I went down to start arranging this, I don't know how you found it. I'm like, man, I love the music of Cave Story, but there were some really interesting challenges this week that I wasn't expecting.
Yeah.
There is a lot of really good melodic content in here, but it's all kind of like laid on top of each other, which is really difficult to kind of work with when you've only got two instruments. So, look, we'll get to it. Let's start with our first tune, which is
the main
theme, which you creatively have picked out. So why don't you show us what we're going to be doing with the main theme?
Well, let's play it first.
That's always a good idea. It's a good way to stall. I like it.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. From your bass line already, because I know we weren't exactly playing the original feel.
That is in fact. Yep.
I can already hear some like Latin of some sort.
Oh, okay.
Like, okay.
I don't think you were gonna go there.
No, I wasn't. But then I hear a bit of like Nika's.
All right, let's try it. So what are you thinking from 9?
9 and like a pedal point intro. And then swing at 17.
Yeah, okay. So we're going full blown Nika's Dream here. Okay.
As a starting point, but then like chat, you can help us out here.
Can you do some sort of Montuno rhythm for the intro? This is done. I like it. It's only 4 past 11 and we're already in the dumbest territory. All right.
Like that.
That works. Also, we have a couple of hosts. Thank you to Terrace and Willis for the hosts. Anyway, you guys are just in time for the... Let's do it.
1, 2, 2, 3, it's hard to play that head.
Yeah, no, I believe it.
I like the intro. The intro like feels actually Latin. Like. That, but then I don't want to have. Okay, so actually, since we're talking about we don't know what we want to do, I actually want to talk about an issue that we've had with some of our arrangements in the past week, where we don't want to. I know there's been a tune in the past. I think it was Zelda, where we didn't want to try and just put all these genres at the same time.
It's like we call it early console syndrome. It's like we don't know what we always hit a point. And it's like, what should we do? I know, let's change feels. So we always have like these copied skeletons instead of fleshing something out. But I don't know, there is a tasteful way to do it.
Because like the only reason I brought that up is like I feel each distinctive section fits a certain genre, but then because like the original of like the melody, like it's a lot more like drum heavy.
Yes.
But then I really like the swing at 17 and stuff like that.
Landing on the swing definitely feels good.
So I do think that 17 it should be like we're going to swing now, you know. But then I want something. How do we contrast it so it's not too obvious? Like we need to find a way to make that intro match with the head. Yeah.
We can start butchering the melody. I guess one good thing about Latin compared to the originals in Cave Story is like layers in Latin music versus the layers in Cave Story. So once we can start stacking ideas a lot easier, once we start adding more instruments.
Can you try playing them? I know it's a bit hard.
Yeah,
we'll take it a bit slower.
Alright, we'll take it a little bit slower.
We'll do that intro. And one thing, you know, so like we go.
Yeah, alright, that's cool. Okay. Let's do that.
1, 2, 3, 4.
It makes sense.
If we
had someone who could read, that would be perfect. Just like a really, I think it'll contrast really nicely if we keep it like super straight.
Yeah.
Because then it feels like now that the Latin pieces are starting to fall into place.
Try Valkyrie on that, because like keep the Latin rhythm, but then what if like just for the second now, I'm just gonna hold.
Okay. So this now that you've like pictured the melody, we're gonna try and we're workshopping the rhythm section because we kind of know what the melody would sound like almost. All right. So straight on 9.
Yeah, I'll play the melody in my right hand.
Okay. So 1.
I'm just holding my left.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4.
One thing, it's hard to demonstrate here without a rhythm section, but one of the most important time thing that you consider when you think about Latin isn't actually just like 1, 2, 3, 4, because Latin rhythms always cross each other. So you always think about the clave rhythm. So the clave rhythm it's like that, but there's two variations. There's 2 versus 3 or 3 versus 2, right? It's numbers. So it just depends on what you want to phrase. You could, if it's 2 against 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 3 versus 2 is the opposite. We start on that 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so it's trying to feel like it's hard to demonstrate, but if you can imagine that pulse.
How about I comp just on 1 and 3, and then can you do the can you outline the rhythm if I just hold 1 and 3? So like 1.
Oh, actually, I could probably play the clave by left hand, like.
Alright, I'll to demonstrate. I'll do a metronomic 1 and 3.
Yep.
1,
2, 3, 4. Pulse, we have it on a cowbell or whateber, Dean, or our frog, our good friend Frog. But yeah, this is.
That's one idea. We're looking at the chat. Civilians thinking some Southern gospel. I'm open to it.
Yeah, no, because those 3 chords.
Yeah.
That's all I feel like. Let's see. I hear that type of. I don't know.
Let's go from there.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Well, we'll just try from the top and I'll hold things. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
I guess then we have to we can't keep it straight then.
Wait, hold on. What about a style we haven't really done much of? Like, I feel reggae now.
Sure, let's try that. Alright.
Do you want to go straight on 9?
Yeah, alright. I'm gonna do some dumb things with the bass.
1, 2. We're just trying. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Just lead back to swing with this one. That's the problem.
Yeah, because like if we keep it as a straight swing, it still works. Like. And then like you could like do blues lines in between all the lines. So.
Yeah, Master Vince has a good point. Like the guitar would, like I think guitar sax would sit nicely over the top of everything, no matter what we do with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just I don't know, layers. This game is like the whole soundtrack is just layers.
Yeah. So this is probably because it's funny because like the content of the music, it's not the most difficult that we've played, but it is one of the. I'm finding this episode's gonna be.
Yeah, because it's very dense, but not in the ways we're used to, especially when we're like poor in terms of the number of people we've got.
Yeah.
But all right, let's settle on something.
We have bebop.
We could just play it. I suppose we could just let's just race through it.
Oh, have you heard of a standard called Quicksilver?
Oh yeah, we could do yeah.
Like anyway, if we made up lines and stuff, okay, what, that.
All right, let's do it straight up. Let's go straight on. Actually, no, we'll go from top.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Consouls, big band stuff.
Yeah.
I would open a big band concert with that.
Cause yeah, like especially that opening has room for like big horns.
Yeah.
That would sound pretty sick. But then if we were gonna go that route, then I'd want to change at least that A chords.
Of course. All right. I think we'll settle on that one for now because we've only got a couple more minutes on this one. But then, like, let's, for argument's sake, try and harm this a bit.
Yes. Okay. When we come back to it.
Yeah, when we come back to it.
All right. Cool.
So that's that.
What's next?
We are moving on to Grasstown, as it turns out.
Yeah.
Alright. Main theme, goodbye. Crossed out, production value. Boom. Alright. On to Grasstown we go.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. kind of slow. Yeah, I do feel a slower swing with this. Just something fairly laid back. Yeah, it's a 2/5.
Alright, can do that.
So instead of B flat, play G minor. Actually, I want to quickly reharm. Very quick. Just brief.
Alright.
Brief things. Is there anything?
I'll talk about this one. So this is like one this was a last minute decision. We chose to do this one, and this is another one where it's got a whole bunch of layers over the top of it. And you know, when we demonstrated it, we repeated basically all the sections because in my head, and I think in Julian's head as well, when we're repeating it, we're thinking of ways that we can kind of, where if we were like a composer doing MIDI stuff on our own, we would do like layers. Because we've got a band to work with, we can add hits, we can reharm it, we can do all sorts of really long stuff, really dumb stuff. So, you know, like if you think about the intro, like it's the same two chords every single time.
But even on that note, like, if there are certain things just to make that a little more interesting, because at the moment it's like a C chord to a B flat chord. But if we did something just for demonstration, like let's say you held the C,
Yep.
and make it as a pedal point. So we've talked about pedal point before. It's basically where Gamra here is just gonna hold the same root note, except the chords that I'm playing are gonna change. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so there's stuff like that. Here, I just very like pedestrian reharm at the moment.
Okay.
You can use I remember the chords. Oh, just give me the other one. Thank you. So, yeah, I do hear, like, since we have, like, a very spaced out arrangement, I kind of also want this to just, there should be slight feel changes, like, as in maybe a 2 feel and a 4 feel.
Okay.
So what's a 2 feel? Like, what's the 4, like, what's a 2 feel?
So, a 4 feel, like, just count the bass notes. So if we think about it in terms of a bar, like, let's see if you at home can guess what feel I'm doing for this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then, so you think that was hard? Let's try this one. Ready? I'll give you a clue with the counting.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. Two feel more or less is when the bass is going 1, 2, 1, 2, and then a 4 feel is more or less going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Obviously, I didn't quite stick to that, but that's the general skeleton of what to do then.
Yeah. Heavy rice battle. We're doing like 20 minutes per track, roughly. Yeah, so you missed.
You've got something to look forward to in the archives.
Yeah.
Aren't you lucky?
That's what you get for being late. I feel like, well, we can make this blues. Like, as in the A section, as in just C7, B flat 7. So. Oh, I like that it's empty as well.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say it's like, are you coming in? But I like that there was nothing there. I think one thing that the band has been playing with as of late, outside of Super Monday Jam, is just having a lot of space and then just giving like empty lines to Gamra, so he can like practice his blues.
That's what I've been doing. That's what I do in my spare time.
Yeah.
Love the blues. You should love the blues too. It's a good chord progression. flat. That one's an E flat.
Which one?
Bar 27. It's an E flat. I don't care.
Oh, going back down to. Can you put it on the C? Because it's not gonna work with those, like the melody note C. You said 27, right?
Yep.
So.
Sure. No, is it like in the melody? So.
Oh, melody. Oh,
Yeah.
even better. But then, could you still put E flat on that C?
Yeah.
Like,
Let's do that.
You know what I'm reminded of? Like, as we're playing it now, I feel like reminiscent of this like cutesy Tetris vibe, but like in a major key, like very Hiromi.
Maybe I'll just pedal 5 the whole way through, like up that. We'll give someone else a turn in the space, but hypothetically, like let's go from the top. I'll show you what I mean. Like we're thinking pedal point on the one, but I got something else.
Yeah.
Like I'm just up here, you're up there, and then so like the whole bottom register is completely empty for like whoever, and that way we can kind of build up, not necessarily, I don't know, somewhere between a gospel and a blues progression as we kind of have that amp up.
Okay.
Just take the head, we'll just keep doing this. Maybe we'll go to 2 here.
Yeah.
And now I guess we'll go full blown ham here.
This part is like, yeah.
I would actually put this in as the intro. Like a blues song, like saxy.
Ah, yeah. Yeah. Hint to freedom.
And then go to the top from here. So we could probably cut and then like.
Do you want a
So,
big intro or like just a nice like blues?
I think probably nice. Because then like when we hit that song, I want there to be a nice ramp up. So we start like, we kind of tease it in the intro, then we drop, and then it's like a big build up all the way through to the solo section, and we just like swing it on home.
Yep. Okay, do you want to try that intro?
Sure. And then do you want to maybe take that last, the like, or whatever.
Yeah.
Just throwing all sorts of dumb blues notes.
Make everything into
It's a double bass. It's definitely a double bass. Look at how big it is. I'm a big dude. Look, I'm a big dude. This is a big. Look at this. I don't know. Look at how big I am in comparison to this USB. I'm a big dude. This is a double bass. Barry violin. Someone banned Rice Paddle. She's banned.
Yeah.
Banned for life. Alright, let's do this intro. You count.
1. Do you want it? Okay, yeah. 1, 2, 1, 2.
I would leave those completely empty bars. So like go from bar 9, I'll show you what I mean. Like because this head is so long, we can tease this as long as we want. Go from bar 9, I'll show you exactly what I mean. 1, yeah.
3, 4.
That ramps up really nicely, and I like soloing on that chord progression. It's like moaning, but kind of like major lines.
Yeah, I like it. That's cool. And then I wanted to try something like for our intro, because I like it being nice and cute or whatever. That I want to like take it a bit slower and a bit more free before we go into the.
Sure.
A bit like, like the Oscar Peterson thing where it's not color voce, but it's just a lot more.
Okay.
It's like it's very like introduction to the show type of vibe. It's like, hey.
We've got a lot of good set openers today. It's good.
If it's also like B.
Oh, so you're going down like that.
B flat. So okay, I'll explain one time. Yeah, but even so, like.
Okay.
So call voce actually. Let's just make it for now.
Okay.
Just follow me.
Some sort of, I don't know, some sort of like brush pickup.
Well then, yeah. Or then it's all I'm imagining is just hats. Like.
I'm trying to do my best drums.
And then Tim would come in. And then, you know, there might be harmony now, like.
And then this melody's got to be like so tight. Like it's got to be so rhythmically crisp.
I still hear like a lot of because like that bar rest. I hear you.
Yeah, of course. Alright, you know, I feel it, but
This is cool.
no,
it's
this
nice. It's like
I really dig this.
it's classy. It'll be. Yeah.
Just really like, yeah. With another swing, but like I don't care.
Okay.
I dig this.
Yeah. Move on.
Yeah, let's leave it. That's a good one. You can't mess with that.
No.
You can mess with this one though.
What's this?
Our last tune for the day is Moon Song, and this is one I picked out because I've been listening to a lot of Mr. Wayne Shorter,
Who's here?
who's here right now.
Hi, Wayne. No, in Australia.
That's right. That's right. Is he in Melbourne next week?
Yeah, but I think he's doing Opera House this week.
Okay. Well, that's why he couldn't be here with us today.
He's busy. Wayne Shore's a bit busy. We try to call him.
We definitely did our best.
Anyway.
So this is another one that's kind of super repetitive, but for argument's sake, let's let's have a bash.
Sure. Okay. Ready? I don't know how fast this is.
So like the original will be like 1, 2, 3, 4. obviously, like, yeah, the instinct is to go to some sort of like Latin thing, but I want to go somewhere different with this. So, for those not like overly familiar with Wayne Shorter, it's a type of music where you kind of pick up the chart, you're like, yeah, this is pretty straight ahead, but then it takes you on some weird turns, man. So, yeah, I'm thinking I kind of want to keep it like a laid back swing feel, so somewhere like here. So, but whatever, I can't do two things. Yeah, you get the idea. We've done that song a million times before. But what I'd like to start doing is I'd like to start taking some side steps with the harmony. So literally like copy pasting this general melodic idea that like, and then doing something like really dumb with it, like a lot of minor seconds, so either going up or down. Yeah, you got the idea. Let's, for the sake of time, or for now, let's keep it within the context of this key, and then we'll demonstrate it, and then we can start reharming and doing all that kind of thing.
Sure.
So let's keep it really vanilla, and then as we repeat, we'll go more and more dumb it out with it, I suppose.
Okay.
So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, jazz. See, now here's where I think we can get a little bit creative with it. So I think where we arrived out there, so like the, oh wait, what is it? That's a good landing point, but I want to see how far we can get away from the harmonic center before we land up there. So what if we started doing some really dumb side steps, like, I don't know, going down to the B or going up to the D flat or something. So the harmony, maybe the melody can be our base point for a change, and the harmony.
At that point, like as in like from 25.
No, as in leading up to 25, and then when we hit 25, like we're swinging again, like we're back.
Back
but
to
then yeah, we're kind of back into like harmonic land.
So do you want to do it by like 4 bars?
I would say 4 bars once we've established it. So 4 bars from bar 9.
Yep.
So like yeah, like so the first time we play it, we've established it, and then we'll get done with it.
Okay, how do you want to move?
Chromatically.
Up, down.
Up.
Sure.
Maybe we can go tonic up, tonic, or tonic up,
Tonic
down, or we'll like enclose it or something.
Yep.
We'll see how. I don't know. I actually like. I don't know. I'm just throwing ideas at a wall here.
Okay, let's try it. So we do the first 8 as normal
Yeah.
first? Okay.
And then we'll go up.
What?
1, 2. I do want the step up with that idea.
Maybe we can do it even earlier. Maybe it can be like.
That's what I was doing.
But like, even earlier, like maybe even we don't. Oh no, we probably do need to establish it.
Okay, I'm gonna yell chord. Wait, hold on. So bar 9, C minor, and then we're gonna sidestep it and go up a 7/8 time to C sharp minor. Then can you do it a 2/5? Wait, so A minor to D7. So that's a semitone up from
yeah.
that.
We can go.
Like a temporary sidestep, you know. So then, and then you do a minor 2/5 back to C minor.
All right.
Just for starters, okay. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 5.
progressively more and more offensive. Because I think if we were to flesh this out, I wouldn't necessarily play it. They've got it written down here 3 times in the original, but I would get further and further out until it's like borderline unstable, and that's when we hit 21 or 25 or whatever it is. So we're like super in unstable land, and then the band comes back.
On the A flat, like as normal.
Yeah. So
Okay.
in that second section.
I've harmed it in my head.
Okay, let's go.
Okay. Can I write or
Yes,
tell
you can. What's easier? You can. How about you write and then yell, and then in the meantime, I'll kind of vamp. I don't know.
C minor.
So it's nowhere near as offensive as it's going to get, I'm hoping, but you kind of get the idea. It's like we've got this really unstable
Can I have a
bass.
different one? This one, the lead.
Oh, here's a pen.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't bring pens to things. No, don't. Pens are bad.
Yeah.
Anyway, the idea is it's going to get further and further out, and then obviously when we hit that last section, it's got some really cool harms. Because then we hit the second half of that tune right, and then it's just like super tight playing, and then we can hit a nice tonic swing section, and then open it up to some really out solo playing to keep that kind of
So it gives us a lot more melodic and harmonic material for when we solo. That
Yes.
we're not just playing in the one key. Because then it forces us to be like, play out, buddy.
But what I would do is I would throw the blank canvas up to the soloist and then leave it to the rhythm section to kind of follow them. Because I don't want the out to be structured. Like in the head, it obviously has to be structured. But in the solo, I would like, in my head, the dream rhythm section would be, you and me, we're Anthony John on guitar. Like Tim starts shredding in some random sidestep key, and we've got to pick it up and go with it straight away. And even if we don't get it straight away, like you hear a lot of really good recordings where it takes the band a couple bars to kind of. Do you need it?
Just
Okay.
copy paste.
You hear a recording like where the band it takes a while for them to sort of catch on with the soloist, and I dig that because it keeps like the band on edge as well as the audience.
Yeah, because I think a common thing for a soloist is like a soloist will only sound as good as his rhythm section. But if you keep your rhythm section on edge, then it forces everyone to listen. Because like I know in my experiences like gigging around, I haven't if someone's taking a solo, sometimes the band just autopilot, and that's something that like you need to be able to like listen to what the soloist is doing and like appropriately accompany them harmonically or rhythmically, because they may do something like if you ever see our live sets, which we have a couple of, and
There'll be one coming this week.
there's a lot of moments when like you'll see Dean or anyone in the band start catching a rhythm that Tim or me would be doing in a solo and just like catching on to that, and it feels pretty good as well. So all right,
Let's just go from the top.
Top. So okay, the first run of the first 8 bars is gonna be like as is the key, and then after that, this reharm that I've done, the first time we're going up by a semitone, the second time we're going up by a tone almost. So it's just more screwed up.
So Dehawkerizer, you say you don't know how you got here.
We don't either.
Yeah, you're gonna welcome. You're fitting right in. All right,
Okay,
let's
one,
go.
2, 1, 2, 3, 4. I like the whole, like, as soon as you get to that A flat, stop the walk, but then...
And the only reason why is because if we get to 33, can you go straight on 33?
Yep.
And then I'll try and play the bottom line properly. Just don't even play the thirds. Like I'll go with you.
Yep. 1, 2. Wait, don't play the what?
Don't. So when it gets to the thirds, like I'll play the bottom line with you because I want to demonstrate multiple instruments on it.
Sure. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I guess the idea is so it's like we're gonna go further and further out, and then as you said, we've got this like hush, this like whoosh, and kind of like almost like a fugue for the horns for that second half.
Yeah, dude. Like hypothetically, if we had a big band, Patreon. If we had a big band, you know, we could have things where like our horns could be those.
And if you haven't already, go have a listen to the original because I've kind of cut and copied like the lines that I like from the original, but there are still so many other layers that have laid over the top of it. So if you think about lining at that 25, so like let's play. I don't know if we've played enough times, but like we'll play. Let's go from 25 to the end, and then I'll kind of explain what I'm talking about.
2, 3. I hear this very impressionist type of like, you know, from 30 that whole section like and then like, you know, you have whoever's holding the chord, let's say you, because I think this would be cool, like give me the bass but then like this whole textural.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then you have the dun, dun, maybe with a guitar, then like however many instruments we can afford to have will just be the layers.
Yeah.
You know, but you've got this whole, it's like Debussy or Ravel type of.
I'm digging.
Yep.
Let's top it. Let's run the whole thing.
Yep.
Because we are running short. And then I want to like kind of. I'm so glad we have an album coming out from the music based on
Now
what
we
we're
get to
doing
play
here
these
today.
songs.
All right, let's go from the top.
Yeah.
I think the only thing I'm worried about is we're going to hit that 25 section, and then going straight to swung might be a bit jarring. But for argument's sake, now let's do it.
I know. I think it'll work. I can. Maybe the last bar. Or no, I think going straight on will be fine.
Okay. Let's go from the top then.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's just a matter of trying to link the last bar to the first bar, but I don't think it's a bad trend, like structurally or.
Structurally, it's in a good spot, and I even think that we would drag the head out longer than what we've done when we've got more layers to kind of do different things with, and I would even pull it tonally more out than what we're doing.
Oh yeah.
But
yes,
especially when we have like multiple people playing the melodies, we can get offensive.
Because then imagine, like just so you could hear the palette. Do you think we could just like take a solo from, I guess, 1 to 25 so people can hear like just what happens to that harmony?
Okay.
Do we have time?
We do have time.
Okay.
But don't necessarily follow the structure. I'll just guess what you're doing harmonically.
Okay, even better. I will play the first 8 kind of in,
Yeah,
and
okay.
then I'll just. You know.
Same sort of vibe. We'll start in, we'll get out.
Yeah.
Just like every gig ever. All right, let's do it.
Alright, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So now it's gonna get a little bit out. And then, you know,
And so on.
that leads its way kind of back, and it's just so fun to work over. Yeah, no, if you're interested in that kind of cool harmony, one of my favorite standards is Stella by Starlight. It kind of does stuff similar to that, where there are just elements where you're like, oh, that melody's in key, but then those chords go out. Anyway.
Or anything from Wayne. Anything from like Wayne Shorter.
Of course.
When he's playing with like Herbie Hancock especially, just like
Yeah.
you like it starts somewhere and then you just kind of do a double take. Like, oh, what's but just you know they know what they're doing, and apparently we think we do too.
Yeah. Well, like we said, we tried ringing Wayne, but
Yeah, he's got bigger like somehow he's got bigger fish to fry than Super Monday Jam.
I guess he's got a couple more subscribers than us.
A few.
He's just got a few.
Look, he's a busy man.
He's a busy man.
But look, I think that's gonna do it for us this week in terms of Cave Story. But we kind of let the cat out, or I kind of let the cat out of the bag for next week. But because we'll have a much more full band next week, we'll be doing the music of Donkey Kong Country. So if you happen to get a thing in last week before I deleted it, I made a note. If not, leave us a comment in the YouTube video. For future weeks, I know people are talking about Ghibli and all sorts of other garbage in the chat. Consouls.com/SMJ request for your garbage. Your garbage might appear on this show. So anything is on the table. We've got till the end of June, so you still got a few more weeks. So Donkey Kong Country next week. Get those requests in for a very super special full, or almost full band. We'll see what happens next week. It's definitely going to be a special week next week, which is why we wanted to keep Donkey Kong Country for that. But
Thanks for tuning in.
that's going to do it for us this week. Consouls.com/SMJ request, comment, follow, Twitch, I don't know, bye. Bye, we'll see you next week. Thanks for tuning in.